Hello. The stream is live. I think the stream's live. If you're just looking now, double check to make sure it's live, unless you know it's well past Saturday night, in which case, hello from the past. Okay, I'll start by addressing the that's all, folks. So I knew, and I was told many times by far more successful content creators such as myself, or than myself, that live streams are not a way to get viewers. It's been nice to get view hours up in live streams, but and I'm not quitting live streams altogether. Basically, I would rather be spending the time, instead of streaming on a regular, schedule. I'd rather edit videos that people actually want to see on a regular schedule. And then when I've got something that is special enough that I can do it live, probably RC related, or a teardown or something, then I'll do a live stream. But I won't do them weekly. So I gave it a good go. I think overall, if you count all the non-canon and things like the Tamiya, I did get to 100. And that's pretty reasonable. There's a lot of, most streams that I do are about an hour long, so that's close to 100 hours of content that's been made, and some people have watched quite a few of them, and some people have watched hardly any, and that's okay. I've got a video in the works, and some people have been very helpful in their suggestions of what I can do to improve it. I'm fighting with a couple of things in particular. One is sound and adjusting the microphone levels, and I've done a short about my fights with iMovie and mic levels. I think it's a ridiculous system, and you can't just click and enter a number. You have to slide it up and down until they're exactly the same, and it's the difference. But it's like the difference between freezing hot and boiling, freezing hot, freezing cold, and boiling on the shower. It's that much difference between 71% and 32%. Nothing. So that would be good. And then tomorrow we've got a big RC day. Well, not a big RC day. It's my birthday. It was my birthday on Wednesday. It's my birthday on Wednesday. I've started my 42nd lap of the sun, and part of that is I don't really like my birthday very much. So for my birthday, I actually built my son a radio control car, which I did a very short amount of streaming and a short video about. And then he got that today. We went out for a little bit of a shakedown. And then there are some friends coming over tomorrow, and we're going to go to the high school gymnasium and drive some RC cars. And then we'll go out for coffee and cake. And then everyone can go home happy, and no one has to bother mentioning birthdays or anything, and that'll all be good. I've got some new stuff, but in the meantime, I've got batteries I need to charge. I've got some work on I've got to change the receiver in a car. The Hornet, the IKEA fixed Hornet. I need to change the receiver in it because now my son has got his other car that is bound to that receiver. I want him to be able to drive both off of the one. And that will then free up a transmitter and receiver for another project down the line, because basically I've got two things in the works. One is one's a sort of secret project that will require a transmitter and receiver. The other one is helping somebody get their vintage car back on the road. One of the things that might come up and be an issue is the vintage car running on the old 27 megahertz system. And so if that becomes an issue, then I will have another transmitter and receiver that can be used towards that. So basically, I'm trying to switch all my models over to these couple of transmitters and receivers. And that way, it cuts down on the amount of stuff you have to carry. I only have to carry one. Scott's got a big Hummer, sort of off-road basher type thing. And I'd like to swap that over to his multi-model receiver as well, because you can have 10 on a transmitter. So it makes sense. That's the plan. I have my hot water because I've been drinking far too much coffee. I've been off work this week as well. That's been the other thing. I had to kind of, poor me here. I've been dealing with the whole, my teacher took the week off work for his birthday via some messages from parents on my, the school online learning platform. Because I've still been setting my lessons throughout the week. I've been filling them in and people have been, students have been doing them as far as I know. And I've had some parents sort of say, look, I understand you've taken the week off for your birthday, but my child has an assignment due and she needs your help, or he needs your help, or they need your help. And so I've had to be responding with, well, that's not true. I've actually been off sick this week. I've had, I think I've even done a video about this. I've had inflammatory bowel disease, and back in 2009, I had surgery to remove my large intestine. There is about 5 millimeters of my large intestine left. Otherwise, it's got nothing to join onto. And that 5 millimeters can get sick. That can still get, bouts of inflammatory bowel disease, bouts of, Crohn's or colitis. And so they call that pouchitis. And so that 5 millimeters has been sick this week. So I was given the week off from the doctor. And I had to put a post out. Well, I didn't have to. I know I don't have to. But I'm the kind of person that it doesn't sit well with me to know that people think I'm either dishonest or not a nice person, or, that kind of thing. They can think I'm rubbish, that's okay, but not dishonest. And so I had to try and clear the air a little bit there. So I put a post out on Instagram, basically, of there's a photo that I took of where I would be sitting in the bathroom, looking out at the window, and saying, this is my view this week. And I did. I spent most of my birthday traveling back and forth, either from in here to the bathroom, or from on the couch to the bathroom, from the bed to the bathroom. And yeah, that's just been the week. Anyway, enough about that. I've got some new things, and there's some batteries, so I'll be running in and out to change over. I've got 2 chargers going. I have printed some new battery holders. I had big problems with the ender this week. That seems to have been resolved, but the print quality on these is night and day, although the ender's filament might be more moist. But these are printed. I mean, they're not printed on the same printer. Oh, it's my horrible teeth. They're printed on different printers, but they are printed at the same layer height. And there is so much more sort of wobblage happening here. There's so much more texturing going on. But essentially the same slicer settings. So that was strange. But it's the same model. This is on the CR10. This is on the Ender. Yeah, anyway. I will count you in for the Blair Witch camera angle change. So if you feel sick or you need to go and get a drink or something, you can do that in 3, 2, 1. Moving the camera down. There we go. And now the camera is going to spring back a little bit. There we are. I have my emergency chocolate. Tonight's emergency chocolate. These are actually my favorites. I shouldn't be eating them because I've got terrible teeth and I broke a tooth a few weeks ago. And I'm still waiting to go to the dentist and have the damage further assessed and find out how many kidneys I need to sell. But these are my favorite. And these are really nice as well. This is, if anyone that doesn't live in Australia, this is a Cadbury Furry Friend. Before that term took on a whole new meaning, to me it always just meant chocolate with a wombat on it, and it's thin chocolate. It's kind of like Easter egg chocolate you can get all year round. And if you like, I think if you're on the autism spectrum, which I suspect I may be, and I don't say that as I don't like talking to people, but it does run in families, it seems. So if you're of a neurodivergent type thing and you like perfectly flat chocolate, this is it's almost as good as it gets. All right. What should I do first? What have I had arrive? I've had a new battery arrive, so I bought a couple of these. I've actually got another couple somewhere that I cannot for the life of me think of where I put. Or they might be out in the battery box. Who'd have thought the batteries would be in the battery box? So these were recommended by Aussie Matt. I just like them because they're HJ and I think of Hungry Jacks. So this is a 7.4 LiPo. Today we swapped over Scott's HSP Hummer to run on lithium. He was shocked at the speed difference and the acceleration difference in a good way. Very, very happy with how that turned out, and he's been enjoying driving them around. So that's been good. The 1.3s should just about squeeze into the 3D printed holder. And then I may need something sort of blunt and plastic to like push them back out, but that's okay. But they do fit in and they do come out. And that way, this just adapts them to fit into the Tamiya battery compartments. And here's oh Jesus, hold on, yeah. Is Tamiya car? No, well, he has actually got a new Tamiya car, and it runs exclusively on nickel metal hydride. So the battery from the Hummer has gone into the new car, and then he can use these in the same size package in the Hummer. Oh, look at that! Perfect, perfection. As near as makes no difference to. There we go. And so that converts that nicely to work in that, which is good. So that's why I didn't really want to go in. I usually use these short ones. These are, I know they're only 1.3 amp, but they're more than enough for the driving that I do and that he does. Yeah, you know what it was? Well, I think I know what it was. It was actually the problem with the Ender was that I was having was the eccentric nuts. So, and I don't mean the owner. There was so much like binding in one part of the rail going across, and then you'd sort of get it would go really slack, and then it would bind again. And I've only not long replaced all the rollers and stuff. So I thought, what the hell can it be? It turned out that I'd normally been working on the top two nuts on the rollers, and I had a bit of a play. I loosened sort of one off and then tightened up the bottom one, and sort of combination between loosening and tightening top and bottom of those three rollers, it now travels across nice and smoothly. There's not as much wobble in it, and I've taken most of the slack out, so that's handy. And I've got a functional 3D print on the go in the CR10 that might be finished by tomorrow. Dad came and asked me if I could make a foot for like a dressmaker's mannequin. And yeah, I'm really good at making things like that. So I said, sure, I'll give it a go. And it seems to have, I had to do a model in CAT in Fusion, but it seems to have gone okay. See, because I've got all Tamiya cars, it doesn't matter if I put one of these in because it fits nicely. So it's kind of easy to just, you can always get them out if you need. So yeah, I'm going to have some of my hot water. Dad's excited to show you his drones, Matt. He only brought 2 with him. 2 of many. And I've been learning all about YouTube thumbnails tonight. So my thanks to the Aussie content creators Discord who've been helping me out. Who's at Coolabah Woodworks was one. I feel terrible. Riverside, I know Riverside was helping as well. Mario, the Woodfather, was giving some helpful advice as well on doing some thumbnails. I've built a thing, and I'm gonna have to bring my new camera out tomorrow to try and photograph the cars using this thing and get some better shots. That would be good. Some extra shots. Anyway, Matt, you've already got one of these, but this is the other one. So Matt, you can just tune out for 10 minutes. This one's going to Lee. I saw this on AliExpress and I thought that's a cool little thing. So what it's for, I'll get some connectors. What it is for is so that you can solder onto XT60 or the XT60 socket. Which have I got one? Let me check. Nope. There's probably one in here. You're not a maker if you don't have a giant giant tub of connectors. There's one. All right. So you can put that in there and basically clamp it down. Helps if it's around the right way. Clamp it down with the little thumb screws, and then it holds it while you solder, so you don't have to try and hold it vertically and you just sort of put the wire in the solder. It still involves 3 hands. Even now, just it only involves 3 hands, not 4. So T means Deans. It means those. That's why it's slightly off the thing, that way around. All right, so that's Dean's XT90. I saw XT90s today. I went to a garage sale because they said they had a 1/10 car for sale. And to be honest, I was kind of hoping, in my own twisted little mind, I was kind of hoping for kind of like Scott's Hummer, a sort of a 1/10, basher type thing, so that I could, do a bit of jumping and whatnot. Because I don't think my drift cars are very good at jumps. But it was, but the guy wanted $200 for it, and it looked quite beaten up, and he was saying, "Oh, it's brand new." And so I've been looking at it tonight on Amazon, thinking, no, I probably shouldn't. I shouldn't buy any more cars. I've got plenty of cars left to do for other people. But Scott really enjoyed his Mustang. He was very happy. This was an interesting one. I feel quite guilty about this. I've actually contacted the people because so this is a little bearing puller. If you can't see by the name of it, a wee bearing puller that I have bought because sometimes I am required for the more technical aspects of Scott's Vac Shack's refurbishing process. Sometimes, not always, but sometimes. And so Kirby brush rolls have got small bearings on the end of them. Now, oh Jesus, it's come off. The thing about the Kirby brush roll is that if the bearings wear out, you have to pay for a whole brush roll. Now, a whole brush roll is about $100. Most people are happy to do that. Usually the brushes don't wear out. It's usually the bearings. So I've actually bought sets of bearings, and I've confirmed with my local bearing shop that I can buy the bearings. It's just a matter of how to get them out of the brush roll. So they're pushed into a piece of oak, I think it is, or what's that other light coloured wood they use? Maple. A sort of hard type wood. And they're pushed in there. They're on a taper. And so basically you need to be able to push them off the taper. So I thought a small bearing puller. I bought this on eBay, and it took so long to arrive. In fact, it took so long to arrive. They sent this, apparently, on January 19th. And it arrived, I can tell you that it arrived on Tuesday. It arrived on the 19th of March. So it took 2 months, 2 full months, as in 60 days, to arrive. It was certainly on the slow boat from China. Now, it was due to arrive on February 22nd or something, and it never came. And so I started the claims process through eBay to say, look, my bearing puller hasn't arrived. And then they said, oh, can you give it till the 8th of March? I gave it to the 8th of March. then said no. And then the funny thing would be with this, though, is that when I would check the tracking, you'd get nothing. There'd be no update on the tracking. After I was on eBay checking the tracking, I would then get a notification to say the tracking information had been updated. And to me, that seemed a bit fishy. Because it, almost as if, oh shit, they're actually looking for this parcel, update it. And this would go on. This went on for weeks. That it said it was moving, and then you wouldn't see anything. And yeah, so eventually I got my money back. And what happens? I got my money back on the 18th, on the Monday, and this arrived on the Tuesday. So I've contacted them and paid them again because I've got it. And like I say, I can't stand people thinking that I'm dishonest or whatever. I did say that I thought their tracking was absolute garbage, but there you go. Now I've got more gripes with this is like the click and collect from last year all over again. Gripes with Walter RC Hobbies, who charged me for I paid for Express Post and they sent it regular. Anyway, enough about things that irritate me. Oh, the other thing, these are the batteries from the little radio controlled Hummer that was just a deadened. But I'm going to get a spudger and see if I can get into these, because I have a feeling that these will be the same cells that are in another radio controlled car that my son has. And if that is true, then suddenly he's got 2 more batteries. If they are pin compatible, but I'll have to check them to see. But I think they are, because I actually think it's the same brand, which I wouldn't recommend anyone buying. Which chocolate should I eat? Should I eat my furry friend, or should I eat the Whisper? Maybe that should be a poll. Hold on. You can do a poll, can't you? I can do an ad. No. I know. Engage it. Start poll. There we go. Furry friend. Which chocolate should I eat? Furry friend. Wombat flavored. Or the Whisper. There we go. A Whisper it's like a UK Aero. It's like an Aero bar. It's bubbly chocolate. I don't know why bubbly chocolate, aerated chocolate is a thing. It is. I used to like Aeros when I was a kid. I don't like them anymore. My palate has changed. Should we? No, before I get into willfully destroying radio control batteries, I'm going to go and get the Hornet and bind the receiver. That's what I'm going to do. So here we go. There's the IKEA repaired Hornet. This is the receiver, the transmitter that I bought. It is a FlySky GT3C. It's a 10 model receiver. It's got proportional steering. The menu is a little bit finicky for me. I'm still not quite used to it, changing models and stuff like that, but I'll get there. I'm sure I will eventually understand it all. Now the other thing, if you're into RC cars, get a yoga block. I know lots of people. I bought into the hype, and I bought one of those stands, and I don't use it. I honestly don't. It's nice. It's nice if you want to display a car and you sort of want them staggered on shelves. That's what they're really good for. But in terms of when you're working on a car, this is much more stable. It's stable, like Christian values. Shouldn't mention religion. All right. There we go. So I'd started pulling this apart earlier, but I'll just sort of... Yeah. Doesn't want to come off. Hold on. Something from the prying game should help to relieve this. Oh, that looks like a good fryer. Well, that was good. So this one will probably bloody snap off. Snap off! Oh, sheesh. Sheesh. That is some tough tape. Very tough tape. 100% of the respondents are saying to eat the whisper. Right. But let me... Now you got to put the bind plug in. Let me just double check the bind plug is where it's bloody well meant to be. I'm going to have to cut the zip ties because I can't see where the cables are going. Come. Get out the bloody drawer, you shitty snips. You know you've got too much stuff when you have to fight with a drawer of shitty snips. Right. Okay. So this is the... by the way, if you want to know which are compatible with this transmitter, the FSGR3E is the one. So if I plug a battery into there, and then I plug this in, that should be right, shouldn't it? Because that's my... Well, this is my battery elimination circuit. And then I can plug my servo into here to check. I think this is what the problem I had. I think I was trying to do it. I didn't have cutters today. I was trying to do it at the gym, at the Gym, and it wasn't working. Now one of these will certainly have enough to power this up. So we'll just stuff one in there. Thank you very much, Mr. Battery. And then I've got to turn this on, and then I've got to turn that on and press... I've got to turn this on and press bind, and then turn that on. No, hang on. No, I've got to turn this one on and then turn that on and press bind. That's got to be on. So that's looking for the signal. And then I've got to press bind. And we should see that flashing stop. There we go. And now I should be able to, like... Oh, hang on. And then I can turn this off. And then I can turn this off. Then I have to take the bind plug out. And then I have to put that into channel 2 because 1 to turn and 2 to burn. And then I should be able to turn this back on. And turn that on first. Now it's in reverse. So what I'm going to do is, even though these are correct, I think this is quite a shit speed control. I think because there's no sort of toggle. Oh, hang on, no, there is. There's a toggle on here. But the issue with toggling is that if this loses signal again, and this doesn't have any kind of failsafe, this takes off in reverse. So what I'm going to do is swap these over. because that would just seem to be a smarter plan. Right, but then I'll have to probably toggle the steering. That's better. Right. Lovely. And then steering. Oh no, the steering's okay. Nice bit of angle there. All right, so that one's all set. Lovely. The other thing I want to do though is I want to be able to set this up, trim it up tomorrow, so that Scott knows that Model 0 is actually the Mustang, and this will be Model 1. Fun and games, but he'll get there. Like, he's only learning it, you know, he can only learn what I know, and I know bloody nothing, so. Right, so that is set. Move that over there, and I will get more zip ties. So I have a little tub of zip ties, so I'll get a couple of them, and we'll try and wind up the cables and whatnot. And I will get some more double-sided tape. And the good thing is this that other receiver and the transmitter, it's not a complete waste. They are going to get used because the fleet is growing. I think I'll just use that piece because that seems like a good amount to go there. Goes on there. Lovely. And we'll just sort of, we're going to stuff it down that way, I think. I think I'll stuff it down there. Yeah, sounds good. Let's do that. I mean, I could stuff it around that way. It might be, oh look, they do say to keep your power and signal wires together. I don't think it's really critical on this kind of car. And being 2.4 gigahertz, maybe in the old 27 meg days or something, that was more of an issue. I don't mean old in terms of the pejorative. Although to be fair, it's probably more going to interfere with the antenna. So I'll go like that, and I'll stuff the antenna down there. There we go. And then I will stuff these wires in here. Now, what I'm thinking I might do, if I can, is see if I can sort of see that needs to be able to move. So maybe it's better if they just sort of rest in their tranquil repose. Do I bother doing that? I don't think it matters. No one cares. Who cares about cable management? Not even the cable companies. I'm getting really bad at finding the pegs these things go on. But what I was thinking is, could I? No, I couldn't. I had this thought about should I zip tie those to that little thing, but this actually sits under there, so no, I can't do that. Which is good. It means that it's another thing I don't have to worry about. I want some pliers. Hold on. I'm going to get some pliers so I can bend these little R clips, and I'll go and check on the other battery. I've got the nickel metal hydride charging out here. Whoa, she's toasty, but it had a very good run today. It performed very well. And I will take this one, and I'm going to go and put this one on charge. I don't know if you can probably see out to the workshop. If I tilt up the camera, you might be able to see. There's actually, look, there's a Dalek. There's a Dalek there. Yeah, there's a Dalek. So that one's going. What was it doing? Oh, pliers. It was getting pliers. Hold on. It's because they're fencing pliers. I know it's a shit joke. You don't have to tell me. I'm well aware it's a shit joke. All right. Oh, don't spring up, bloody camera. There we go. That'll do. What are I'm bending these. Bending. What I'll do is I'll try and hold it with this. I'll try and hold it with this pair. Hold it. And I'll try and bend it with this pair. And then this should be easier to remove. Let's see. Where's the, oh, I've lost the hole. Hold on. Sometimes I tried to put bloopers in my video today. Sometimes you should just not try and be clever. It just didn't work. But that's okay. I know that for next time. No bloopers. I'm just going to pretend I don't make mistakes. That'd be good, wouldn't it? Unfortunately, I make more mistakes than most people. Well, by popular voting, I think after this I'm going to earn my chocolate. There we go. Right, that one is ready to go. That one is ready to go. I'm a cheeky monkey, but that's okay. Right. Okay. Should I eat the chocolate? How about I eat the chocolate? Why not? I'm just going to put these away. And then I'll show you what other car bodies I have. Would you like to see that? All right, I'm back. So let me see. I can demonstrate what car bodies I have here that are for future projects. And furry friend, you will be consumed at a later date. Let's just double check the poll. Hey, definitely 100% say to eat the whisper. So I am going to end the poll, give the people what they want, and eat the whisper. I won't stuff the whole thing in my mouth. I'll eat it a small amount at a time. So sort of chocolate vision. Ooh. That's very nice. Okay. I'll undo the label. This is by Colt. This is M2315. I've never heard of Colt before, other than, the little Mitsubishi. I don't know if they're any good. Obviously they're into vacuum forming. I'll write it on here as well. I'll write it on the bag. Okay. So they just sort of... Oh, it's sealed on the side. Okay. Right. There you go. It's going to make it more difficult to seal up later. That's all right. So this is... If I get that out of the way. This is, if you're in the United States, called a Scion XB. If you're in anywhere else in the world that's not the United States and Canada, it's a Toyota Ruckus. I hope that's on the outside. Yeah, it is. So this is actually the kind of car that we have, although we don't have a spoiler on ours. So this is sort of a wide body style thing. It says it is a 1/10 scale. I think it's probably closer to 1/12. I'm looking for a 1/10 chassis that will take it. It's got a wheelbase of about 210 millimeters, but it's not just the wheelbase that is of concern. If I just get a wheel and tire, we just sort of grab a shit wheel and tire. There we go. There's a shit wheel and tire. Let me get a Tamiya wheel. Now it might be that I might have a solution, because I've got a few different ones. So basically, I really like my fast forwards, and these are the wheels that came with the Tamiya Mark II Ford Escort. Now they, with a tyre, will probably be an ideal fit, but I think if I tried to put this under there, you'd see that there would be problems. At the back, it would probably be okay. Probably look really friggin' cool as for like a low down street thing, but it would also rub quite badly, I think. So what I need to get is I need a short wheelbase model. It looks like the M chassis are what I'd need to go for. Now the good thing about that, the Mark II Escort is an M chassis. It's the MF01X, and basically you add in spaces in the middle to make it short or long wheelbase, and then you can also have different tracks, and then I know that these wheels will fit on that chassis. Why is that a good thing? Well, I was just saying to my other half today that I would like a second Mark II Escort body that I could paint up to be a sort of a basher type body. And that way I could take out the MF01X, put some cheapish wheels on it or something, and fang it around and know that I will be okay if something breaks. I mean, those wheels, they look okay. They'll probably be all right. That's a sort of standard 24 millimeter, 24 mil diameter radius Tamiya wheel. They are probably too big. I think they're 60s. That's the 61. So I think they're sort of 48 mil, those ones. With a tyre, if you can get a low profile tyre on it, it'll probably be okay. But they will certainly do the business. Although that almost looks like how it should be on the car. That's probably more like it. So I'm looking to get an MF01X. Unfortunately, at the moment, they are just so dear. And really, especially because it's only going to be a chassis for this and an extra body, it might even be better to say, look, I'll buy another kit that my Mark II Escort body will fit on, maybe a TT02 or something. They're pretty plentiful. What does it come with? I should probably start flattening these out. So what have we got? We have got some window masks that are quite poorly cut, and some window stickers. So they'll probably be okay. ActiveHobby.com. I think it'll be all right. I think that'll look nice, but I might leave these to now start flattening out. I don't think I'll use the Scion ones though. I might have to get some Toyota ones done. I might put these in between some things to flatten out, or at least uncurl a bit. So that's one. This is one body. I have more than one body. I'm like Doctor Who. So there's one. I'm going to put that back in there because it's got the model number on it. Next body. Here we go. Here's the next one. You can actually see what this one is. This is an HPI. Is this? No. And I've got HSP is the other brand. So this is an HPI. This is a Ford Focus Mark II Focus RS body. I think it has light buckets as well. I've not opened it. Let's open it together. Maybe the streams, when they happen, will just be radio control car stuff. Just general RC stuff. So let's see. What does it say here about paint? There's a thing about paints here. Paint inside of body. Yeah, so basic polycarbonate type body. Ford Focus RS. I like they put it in the wheel. Arches are not cut on these. So very different to what I'm used to with the Tamiya kits. Yeah, basically you've got to cut everything out yourself. It looks like some lights for the front, which will be cool. These are normally the lights from the back, but I might be able to make something. I might be able to 3D print some kind of light holders, but I don't know. This might be a bit of a shelf queen, so it might have some lights in it, and that's the spoiler that will need to be cut out. Although the Mark II Focus that I had didn't have a spoiler, and I do kind of like the look of it without. But you know, that'll go up there. So I'll cut it out and see. But I think this probably will require a level of skill that is beyond what I have. But maybe there's a 3D printable version as well. Who knows? Let's have a look at what you get sticker-wise. 8.4 volts on the charger, so it's getting up there. So there we go. There's the final product. I'm not planning on doing it green. I would like to do it Ford Performance Blue. I just have to actually figure out what color that is. So this is for setting the spoiler in place. It's got some screws and bolts, nuts and bolts. So these are the window masks. They're already cut. Are they? No, or is this them? Or is this stickers? No, these are... So yeah, they are the window masks. Not in masking tape, in contact type stuff. And then we've actually got window stickers to go around. They do feel like they're cut. So that'll be an interesting experience. They do look quite big though. Although when you look at them up close, they've actually got little cuts across. So I'm guessing these join up. The downside of that is that I'm not very good at applying stickers. You're going to have to be really freaking good at getting the stickers lined up to do that. Because at least with the Tamiya ones, there's a bit of overlap. You can kind of feed one over the top of the other one, and that helps you to straighten things out if it's not quite right. It looks like there's no such option with these. But that's all right. That is just proof that I will need to get better, isn't it? Well, there's another bag of fixings for the spoiler there. So that's the Mark II Focus. Now the plan is to put this on the TT02 chassis that I already have. I've got a Mark I Focus, and I'd like to put that on the same chassis. And then the last one, I'm actually really, really pleased with this. And it's, again, continuing on with the theme. But this is a genuine Tamiya Mark 1 Focus RS. And I think I mentioned in my Beetle Bum video that's doing okay that I had a Focus. I didn't have the RS because it didn't really come to Australia. But I had a Mark 1 Focus and really regret selling it. So I'm trying to get all the parts to paint this one up to look like the Mark 1 that I had. This is a really old body set. This is stamped 2003. I don't. Maybe that's just when the molding was taken. It does have some punch outs that I can use with my reamer to put this on the car. And again, arches are not cut, so I'll need to be really super careful with cutting them. What I'll probably do for this is just roughly cut around with scissors and then I'll probably roughly score it actually. The thing about doing the score in the snap method is it's better to score it when the whole thing's rigid. As soon as you cut this off and the whole thing kind of loses its stiffness and becomes a bit floppy, it becomes quite difficult to cut. So it's got some mirrors and stuff. I actually didn't put the mirrors on the other one. I might put the mirrors on this because this is going to be the Shelf Queen body. This is purely for when it's on, when it's on display. And that's the reason I have these, is that these are modeled, or they're the closest wheels I can find to the genuine 5-spoke Focus RS wheels. So I will spray these silver and be putting those on. The wheels on my Escort are sprayed. Not a problem. Poses no great issue, so that's good. I was really impressed actually. My dad was quite impressed at my kit making skills. I don't think I'm very good, but I'm getting better. The other thing I do have a car body, a body set on the way. I'm not sure when it'll get here, but for that one, I'm looking for a front-wheel drive chassis. Now, what I have found though is that there are ways to modify a TT02 to basically be front-wheel drive by taking out the rear drive shafts, which I might do. But if I take out the rear drive shafts, I want to be able to put something through into the bearings so that you don't get crap in the gearboxes. So that's my next thing to check. I'm just going to go and check the battery and eat this last piece of chocolate. Pablo. I should try this. Pablo coffee is made from a blend of quality coffee beans, specially selected to deliver a smooth and mellow flavor. That could be a new channel. Jim reads labels. Jim reads labels in a wanky voice. Our commitment to you. We promise you freshness and quality. If you're not satisfied with the integrity of the coffee or the packaging when you receive it, please contact our Consumer Satisfaction Centre. Free call Australia 1-800-888-996. 4 to 6 weeks of opening. Would anyone drink that much coffee in 4 to 6 weeks? I'd probably drink that much coffee. I probably would drink that much coffee in 4 to 6 weeks. I don't know if I'd drink that much of this coffee in 4 to 6 weeks, because I've heard stories. I've heard stories of Pablo. Where's the jar? Oh, it's in the house. That's right. I don't think it lives out here. I think it lives in the... It's too precious to live out here. Hello. Should we? Oh, look. I mean, it's only right, isn't it? There we go. This tin makes an appearance in my new video. Right. Still at 8.4. I have a feeling these went up to maybe 8.4. I mean, they're only 7.4 volts charged, aren't they? I mean, yeah, when they're full. So hopefully this will finish soon because it's been balancing a while. Could be the balance problem, but yeah, this one's had a few runs. Yeah. What else do I need to do? Let me think. Let's see. Oh, I'll open this. I don't know. Can't remember when I bought this. A long time ago. For sculpting filler, it's a dental sculptor. I might as well put it to good use now. I bought a new laptop. I have a new laptop for work. I did like warning, mate. Tastes like coffee. Yes. I was so disappointed though. Lenovo, send me stickers. When I buy an Apple friggin' anything, I get 2 Apple stickers. Give me a Lenovo sticker. I want to put it on stuff so people know I bought a Lenovo. I jumped into this bag. I'm like, yeah, there's gonna be some swag in here, and there's paper in there. There's nothing. Come on, Lenovo. Where's the bloody stickers? Honestly. Oh, there's a good unboxing. There we go. We got. There is another thing I can unbox. Hold on. Yeah. Oh, I won't look at that. I just caught a glimpse of something under a pile of stuff that looking at it already makes me feel quite jaded. Oh god, I'm going to stab my. I'm not going to use a giant pair of scissors. I'm actually going to get something a bit more stabby. Come on, there we go. There we go. It's not an unboxing video on YouTube unless you have a knife like that. So, this is from a very kind person named Andrew, who, that's a good way of doing it. Pardon me. I think I bought shoes and I cut up the shoebox to make this little monstrosity for carriaging things back from the capital. So let's see. Yes, I did. There we go. Definitely it was a shoebox. Here we go. I used all the packaging too. I don't care, man. There we go. So here we go. This is. It is a 286 motherboard with some batteries to be the backup. Yay! Thank God that one finally charged. That was taking a while. That's only a little one. So one more to go. Hold on. The good news is that this one is the same program, so just slam it in there and hit repeat. Oh. Battery was full. Lovely. Don't worry about it. Hooray! All my other batteries are corded up. So yeah, Andrew was he's in a group for retro computer enthusiasts, and he heard about my misfortunes in trying to get a working 286, and he has this one. This is a Harris 286 20 megahertz, and it has got 4 megabytes of SIP memory on board. SIP are the ones with the little pins that push through. I'm not sure whether these actually. No, I think they're soldered in. But this is apparently tested and working. It looks like it's had a replacement chip at some point, and it's got some corrosion. But apparently, this is working. I can see a bit of greenness in this little jumper. Oh yeah. So it might need some, maybe some contact cleaner and some and a toothbrush and an I/O controller, which is very nice of him, and a printout for what I need to use to get this going. So this is hopefully for my dream retro PC build. So thank you very much, Andrew. Looking forward to getting that one in a case. I just need to test the power supplies. That's my next thing, is I have to actually sit down and bench test a power supply before I plug it in and just fry something. That would be very bad. So that's on my list of things. I need to watch a bit of either, what do they call it, Necroware, or I love that channel. If you haven't seen that channel, I know lots of people love Adrian Black and Adrian's Digital Basement. Necroware. If you are into restoring old computers and stuff, maybe it's his accent. I don't know. Necroware is my favourite one. In fact, I might even go out and watch that while I'm uploading the new video in preparation for getting a new thumbnail picture tomorrow, hopefully. And then all I need to do tomorrow night is put the thumbnail up. I'm 3D printing a sign for the junk ramp as well, because by the way, it's a RC car ramp made of crap that I have in the shed. So I've got a 3D printed sign going for the side there, and I'll attach that tomorrow. I might even make a second one for the other side. Why not? And then the dressmaker's mannequin is thing is nearly, it will be finished in, hold on, in about 6.5 hours. So early hours of the morning, hopefully that'll be done. I'll just stick around until the other battery is charged. I'll go and have a check and see what that's up to. So that's at 8.4 volts, and it's only charging at 100 milliamps, so it won't be far off. Oh God. Dalek. Oh, wait. There he is. Hello. Say hello, Frank. And then I need to get stuck into Frank. I really do. I'm hoping that RC cars will be something that I can just do of an evening when I don't have other things that need to be done. Now, what I need to remind myself is to not forget any of this crap tomorrow. So I'm going to put it here in the middle of the bench. The batteries and all that stuff. I'm going to put this in the bin. Where are the other batteries? Are they in here? Let me see. I do have another chocolate to eat. Let me just check. I bought. They must be in the boxes already. I bought 2 new batteries, 2 new lipos this week. For they're Basher batteries, so I think they're a harder case. For the Hummer. I will now eat my furry friend. I will eat my wombat furry friend while I'm waiting for the horrible tune to go. You know what I should do? Let's get a power supply. Go on. Oh, and there it is. I've run out of time. I need to use unreasonable force to separate this. I will point you down so you can gaze upon my unreasonable force. Oh, Jesus. There we go. Because you don't want to pull on the cables, but you're also kind of squeezing the bit you're trying to free up. Plastic one. Oh. Ow, you bastard. It's coming. Wiggling. There it is. So I don't like pulling on the cables. Alright. Lovely. Right, well, since that's done and that's all done, I'm going to move this off to one side. If anyone else has this solution, but I put spent lithium batteries in a bag that says that they need to be charged, and then I know which ones I need to charge. Then again, while those ones are, if I know I'm not going out for a little while again, then I know that those go into storage charge, do them first, and then any other ones that are used but or were charged but not used, then they get discharged to storage level. Tonight was the first time I charged this one at 2 amp, just because it was a quick turnaround. Hopefully it's not going to do too much in the way of damage. It seems to have been lasting a little bit longer each time. So, yes. All right. So, it's not the end of live streams. It's the end of regular live streams for the foreseeable future. If I have something special to live stream, I'm going to live stream it. Otherwise, hope anyone that watches this checks out some of the other videos. And Matt, drive safe. Hope to see you all going well. If not able to make it, please don't bust a gut. Family's important, and other commitments happen, and that's all okay as well. All right, night, legends, and until next time, whenever that is, still keep your bananas where you can see them. Awkward pause.